So you approach the statue. Is your weapon drawn?
No.
No. Okay. You see a party of guards coming down out of the castle, approaching the statue from the castle, headed towards town. 6 guardsmen in all.
Give them, let them pass.
Well, they're going to approach you.
Oh.
I just have to look up their names. I have the name of every guard in town. So good.
Are they still orcish names?
A lot of them are. None of these guys are orcs, though. And I don't think I'll need as many names before I have to get down to orcs. I don't think I'll need that many names. So yeah, the guards approach you. They're being led by a middle-aged man, clean shaven, not a speck of scruff on his face. Very buttoned-down looking kind of guy.
Yeah.
Wearing leather armor, has a buckler strapped to his arm, broadsword down at his side, and a belt with throwing daggers on it.
Pretty loaded for bear.
And behind him are lesser guards, and he approaches you. This is well met, traveler.
Well met.
This is, what's your business in town?
I'm just, I'm a crewman on the ship that just made landfall yesterday. I'm just checking the town out.
He nods. You're not here to start any trouble, I trust.
No.
And he points at you with a mailed hand. He says, "Ah, good. See that you don't." Then he turns back to his soldiers and motions them to follow, and they head down the road into the town to do their patrol.
Okay.
The castle is not closed, by the way. You can head up there without arousing any suspicion whatsoever.
No real reason for me to, though, because...
So how do you spend the rest of the afternoon? Where do you head from there?
I'm just... I'll check out the statue for a little while, then I'll head back up in this direction.
Okay.
And then over toward the waterfront.
The statue strikes you as a little bit strange, because the other gods revered in this town are both gods of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a statue of a god of war. And you know the name Cord because you know that Benipe revered Cord before he was taken into slavery.
That might be a thing for him to check out if he decides to come off the ship.
Okay. And moving down the road, you pass a couple more shops. Let's see. Number 40 is a wheelmaker. Number 14 is a bakery. You smell like cupcakes and shit. That's good stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
You head in and
Later.
have some brownies. Zook.
Yeah.
Zook.
You went to the rope maker's shop.
Delightful.
Well, right now I'm standing outside of the rope maker's shop.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure, because I'm a little leery of some I mean, I get that this guy knows thieves can't. He seems to know who I am, but I'm kind of looking outside of his shop right now.
I'm just turning off my mic.
No
I'm
honor
munching
among
on pork
thieves,
snagglins.
You're looking into the open shutters, the open window of the shop, and you see the rope maker sitting there looking at you. And
I mean,
he's wondering why you're not coming into the shop?
Well, I'm not like I haven't been like standing out there for an hour, but I just wanted to start from outside the shop is all.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean,
do
he sees you approach. The shutters on the front windows are open. So, I mean, he sees you immediately as you approach the shop.
Is there anything noticeable about the shop from the outside, or does it just look like a shop?
Has a sign that says rope maker shop.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine.
How many hats are in the shop?
How many ropes? 38 ropes. You go in, and as you come in, he stands up, goes to the front door, closes the shutters to the windows, motions you over to a table in the middle of the room. Sits down. It's my little friend Zook. I saw you in a dream. You came to me. You're going to help me. The guild has answered my call.
I'm somewhat cautiously, I'm somewhat coy, and I say, "Oh, what guild would that be?"
He reaches into his pouch at his side, and he pulls out a folded piece of paper, and he opens it up, and it's a drawing of an old man, and he slides it across to you, and the old man is wearing the same kind of vestments as you see Arik wear around the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And he taps the page a few times. Says, this is my business here in town. So I set up shop here 10 years ago putting this plan together, and finally you're going to help me pull it off. And he tells you a story about how many years ago, before his father's father was born, one of the men in the Thieves Guild, a cat burglar of some renown, he could get any job done. He could scale a sheer wall in pouring rain. He could open any lock. Magic seemed to swerve around him. Nothing could touch him. And this man worked for the guild for years, pulling jobs all over, up and down the coast of Tetlateus. He robbed every noble house. He has wealth beyond anybody's imagination. But in particular, the last job he pulled were 3 heavy, enchanted platinum bars that had some importance to the guild. Now, the importance of these platinum bars, why the guild needed these for some ritual or some particular deal, nobody's for sure. That knowledge is long gone. But he's certain that the bars are still in this man's possession. He says, for 60 years at least, this man has been posing as the high priest here in town. He says, this is Harper, and he is one of the oldest and most notorious living members of our order. He said back when he was active, they simply called him the Shadow. He didn't have a name. He says, but we found his identity, and I moved here, set up this shop. And I've been trying for years to find a wedge, but his act is so well played, I've never seen him slip character. He says, but make no mistake, this prize is in his quarters, or the knowledge of their location is in his old head. He said, I prayed to the gods of shadow to send me someone to help, and they sent you. He looks very happy that you're here.
Okay. I have several things to ask you.
Okay.
First of all, he mentioned a god of shadows. I have not heard anything about a god of shadows since I joined the guild, did I?
None of the gods since you've got to this world sound familiar to you. Every pantheon that you've met so far. I mean, you would... Nobody's told you as such, but you would surmise there are priests in your order. But you don't know anything about the gods they serve.
Okay, but that doesn't sound completely outlandish. Okay, and I have to ask, do I think he's telling the truth about this story?
Roll an insight check.
Do it. Let's re-roll an insight check.
Oh, is that your lucky?
Yeah, I'm throwing a lucky, because that was a 4.
He is absolutely telling the truth. He tells you that High Priest Harper used to be a member of the Guild of Shadows. He stole some very, very expensive and very precious items from the guild's hold, and then vanished and turned up here. And he was sent here to retrieve these items some years ago, but so far he has not been able to find a chink in the church's armor. He tells you all of the acolytes, all of the priests, even the canon at the church, I am convinced they all believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that Harper is who he says he is. Harper has all of them fooled. This whole town. The people up at the castle, up at Caer Tyrell, they as well. None of them have any suspicions.
How long has he been in town? Again, I'm sorry, you might have said.
How long who? Karn or Harper?
Harper.
60 years at least. Longer than anybody can remember.
How old is he?
Harper is up in his 90s. Harper is the old-ass man who was frustrating Arik a few seasons ago.
I know who he is, but I honestly wasn't paying as much attention since, of course, it's all connected.
Mm-hmm.
And so you say you had a dream. I'm not speaking to him now. So you say you had a dream, and I was sent to you. What was I to do according to this dream?
And he says, you're going to help me get those platinum bars. You're going to help me make a name for myself in this guild, rise the ranks, and do no small favor for yourself as well. He says, you're small, you're quick, you can go unseen. I prayed for somebody like you, and here you are. You came on a boat from the ocean. I went just this morning to give my thanks to the goddess of travel on the sea for sending your boat.
Small favors, I get it.
You're right, because he's like,
Okay.
yeah, you got it. Okay.
I ask him, what is this plan? What I mean, specifically, what would he need me to do?
He says, I know the layout of the church. I've been in every room in the place. He says, I know of a secret passage. I've never used it, but I know of its existence. He says, I bribed a priestess. She told me all about it over wine one night.
Why haven't you explored the secret passage yourself?
This is because I'm not a thief. So I'm not a burglar. This is outside of my skill set. He says, I collect, confirm, gather information, pass that along to the guild. They use it to plan jobs. This job has been in the planning for a generation or more. How the Shadow managed to disappear and reinvent himself as a high priest, I'll never understand, but the act, to some extent, is genuine. Harper can really do the things he claims he can do. He really is a high priest. He has access to Osprey's high magics when he prays for them.
If you've been here for so long and this plan has been around for so long, why did the guild not send someone? I was not sent here specifically to do this job.
And when you say that, you see the light drain out of his face a little bit. He says, well, truth be told, the rest of the guild, many of them don't believe me. They don't believe that these platinum bars exist. They think chasing after an old legend like this is fruitless. He says, but I know that it's true. I know what I'm saying is right. I know you can help me. Then there's a knock on the door.
Okay.
And Karn stands up and goes to open the door. And he cracks it open a little bit, and Arik is standing outside with Block, the half-orc.
Okay.
Do I see Zook?
You
at
do
all?
not,
Or is it-
because
I don't.
Karn has just cracked the door open. He looks at you. Says, sorry, gentlemen, I'm closed for lunch. Be open in an hour. Then he looks
Sure.
over at Block, and he stops for a second. Because he goes to close the door, but he looks at Block, and he stops. And you see for a second fear. But he looks Block up and down, and then you see the fear disappear. And he says, on second thought, I could open up for you, gentlemen. And he opens the door and invites you both in. Zook, looking out the door, you see this half-orc. What is Zook's... Since Zook's not from Trennis, he's from another world entirely. Are half-orcs common where he's from? Are they well-regarded in civilization? Like...
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, Zook started off in the forest, so
Okay.
are half-orcs wild creatures? Would they be something he probably would have encountered in the forest?
Traditionally, in Dungeons & Dragons, half-orcs either... I mean, it's an adventuring race. Like, this is something a PC could roll up.
Yeah.
They either stay on with their orc tribe and go on raids. When they do that, they're seen as half-breeds. They're not trusted, but they have a higher level of intelligence and cunning. So a lot of times they rise to the ranks of raid leaders and whatnot. Many of them, if they grow up with their non-orc parent, they're just integrated into whatever society they're from. So Trennis and Teletaeus in particular are kind of strange in that half-orcs are shunned at all levels of society.
I think that, yeah, I think that because of Zook's previous life, you know, after he left the forest and he became a rogue, he would be familiar with half-orcs. I don't know. I think that he would be leery, but, you know, he would give the person a chance, you know.
Well, and looking at this half-orc here, he's standing in a way that you can see the inside of his cloak, and you can see the sigil there of the Guild of Shadows.
Oh, then Zook is immediately not necessarily comfortable, but not super edgy around this guy. He's like, okay, this guy's in the guild. He's probably, I don't know, on the up and up is the correct phrase, but definitely someone who he could probably work with.
Okay, so the two men enter the room.
Zook, Block.
Now, does Arik stay?
No, I believe my job is done here.
Okay, and Arik takes his
And
leave.
I promptly get out of there.
And you hear the sounds of combat And a gnome screaming as he's being tortured as you walk away.
Arik, why? Why did you abandon me with these people?
He does not need to hear about a plot about how you're going to steal from his high priest.
True, get the fuck out of here.
And when Block enters and Arik leaves, and Karn says, "My prayers have been answered twice over." Says, "Welcome, friend. I was just explaining to Zook here what the plan was." Block looked Karn up and down. "So I've no use for your plan, rope maker. I'm here to talk to the gnome." And then Karn turns back and looks at you. Says, Zook, you're a popular man today.
Apparently. What can I help you with, Mr. Half-Orc?
Block looks at you, says, "Ink." Says, "This lake is inhabited by a giant octopus. I'm to kill it and return with its ink. That's what the guild has entrusted me to do."
Okay, I'm not sure how I would be of help with you.
Says, "You're a member of the guild, aren't you?"
Oh, absolutely.
"Then you're honor bound to help me."
And I would gladly help you, but you have to give me some idea of what you need me to do.
At the mention of honor, Karn says, yes, honor bound. All of us, friends, are honor bound to see this guild rebuilt to its former glory and to right a wrong 60 years old. And Block gives him this look like, what are you talking about? And at that, when Block gives him a look, Karn starts into his spiel again about the platinum bars and the high priest and whatnot, unless you interrupt him.
Does Block look annoyed, or is he just enduring this as he starts this speech?
Block looks focused. Looks like he came to town to do a thing, and he's hearing out this other guy because he apparently has guild business, but you see he doesn't believe a word of what Karn is saying. He's clearly heard this story before.
Can I ask a perception question?
What? Yeah, what?
Do I think that Karn is a little nutty? Or is he...
I'll leave that up to you. That's your decision. You can believe as much or as little of it as you like.
But he at the very least believes he is telling me the truth.
Yes, Karn sees this as his life's work. Like, he's going to bring this legend to life in the guild and build so much renown for himself that they'll have to raise his standing.
Okay. I kind of politely tell Karn that, yes, I'm, I've heard your story, and I will do what I can to help both of you. I need to hear the rest of what Block has to say right now, though.
And Block gets right to the point. He tells you he needs your help to charter a boat. He's going to take it out into the lake. He's going to harpoon this giant octopus. He's going to take it to the shore, butcher it, retrieve its ink sac, and he's done. He says the reason he can't do this alone is because nobody in town will deal with him.
Well, I tell him he's already met another member of my party, Arik, who brought him here.
He was very glad to meet Arik. It's by Arik's friendly visit that led me to you.
And we're a bit of a ragtag crew, so I don't know that anyone is going to be rude to having a half-orc, to helping out a half-orc. We could probably get a longboat from my ship, but I imagine that we would require part of the profits to go to the ship if we use our materials. Would that be something? Would you want to be essentially charter a ship and maybe some help from my crew?
Yeah, he says that he would pay 5 gold pieces for this service.
Well, we'll have to discuss the details with my captain. I mean, unfortunately, I am not in charge of this vessel.
This is very well. We'll meet with your captain. Where's he?
Well, I imagine he'll be either at the ship or at the inn this evening. I don't know where he's at currently.
Okay. And as you're hammering those details out, Karn kind of interjects. He says, but you're going to formulate a plan, right? A plan to raid the church? You're going to think about it, right?
Yeah, actually, whether this guy's on the up and up or not, breaking into a church sounds like big fun for Zook.
And Karn clasps his hands together and says, "And your friend, the priest, you could tell him as well that this is doing Ostrom a great service. You're weeding out. You can tell him you're weeding out a false prophet from his ranks."
Listen, the less Arik knows, the better. Please do not tell anyone that I'm going to be doing this. This is the first goal is purely going to be a scouting mission.
Okay. Now, so your intent then is to go find Tarin with Block, yes?
Well, I was going to say that Block should either come. He can come with me if he wants, or he can meet me at the inn in the evening, and then we'll either talk to Tarin there or walk to the ship together.
Well, Block says he's not welcome at the inn.
If he comes to the inn in the evening, I'll meet him outside.
Okay.
And I'll let him know whether Tarin's there or we'll have to go to the ship together, because I don't know where he's at. Now, I do have one other issue.
Okay.
I was given something to deliver to the guild's man in this town, and now I have 2 men in this town.
Okay. Well, Karn told you that he was established here.
Right.
Well, Block is not from this town, but they're both members of the guild.
But Karn is, I asked Karn if he's been in this town for a while or if he's just passing through. Because he hasn't told me about
No, Karn, yeah, he did tell you. He set up his shop. He's the rope maker in town. He makes rope for ships.
I mean, not Karn, I'm sorry, Block.
Oh, Block, no, he's traveling. He lives out in the woods.
And I asked Karn, so I say to Karn, what actually brought me to this town was I was given an item to deliver to the guild's man in this town. I imagine that would be you.
And he bristles a little bit. Sadly, no. And you see that he's loath to say it right in front of Block, but he says, the guild doesn't entrust me with such matters. He says, the man you'll want to see, his name is Priska. And he says, he poses as a beggar here in town. This is the one from the actual module. This is the one that I didn't have to invent because banana. And he says he squats in an abandoned building, and he points at.
God, how much?
Where's 39? Right here.
39 is.
It's an old, dilapidated building that he squats in. He says that's the man you'd want to see. He says, but display the patch clearly, so that he can see it, or he's like to take all your money. He's a notorious pickpocket.
Oh, I see. Well, I tell him I thank him very much for that, and I tell him that I will be in contact with him regarding the church soon. But first, I'm going to see if I can't resolve this delivery and squid situation.
Okay. Does that take care of everybody's afternoon? I didn't skip anybody, did I?
No, I think we're good.
I'm going to take a couple minutes while you all... Well, at this point in the day, as we're going into evening, news starts to hit the town. It seems that last night, Sunday night, King Grellis, the lord of the keep at Caer Tyrell, the king of what is the only true kingdom in southern Teleteus, was assassinated late last night. And this news is just starting to hit Garreton. And a lot of the townsfolk are a little, like, it doesn't strike anybody as surprising. The town has a reputation. If you want someone killed, go to Garreton. But that it was the king, such a high-profile person was killed, there's a little bit of unease in the air going into the evening. So all of you think of your evening actions
real
with
quick
that in mind.
Mm-hmm. Is that the king of this area? Is that the guy who stays up here?
No. This keep here is the Garreton keep. This is where the Lady Mayor resides with her holdings.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, because I didn't know.
Caer Tyrell is some 2 days travel away.
Mm-hmm.
1 day by fast horse. But that the king up at the keep at Caer Tyrell, which is a city further inward. It's the capital of the area. So that would be where Eric's from.
Okay.
Because he said you said you were from the capital. Oh, so yeah, you would know King Grellis.
Yep.
A kindly king, never did you no wrong. Worshipper of Osprey and Zerbo. And he was assassinated last night.
Awesome.
So that's fun. So everybody think of your evening actions. My wife just actually walked in the door, so I'm going to go greet her for a few minutes, probably work out what we're going to do for dinner. And yeah, I'll be back in 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Be back.
All right, let's bring the chat back up.
You guys can explain what your bananas were if you want, now that we've actually put them in play.
What are the bananas?
Mine was just, there's a half-orc member of the Thieves organization in town on a mission unrelated to Zooks. And so I figured that would be something that almost anybody could interact with.
Okay. And what about Nodals?
And mine was that the rope maker was the person Zook's looking to meet, and he wants Zook to steal something from the high priest of Osprey, who is a former member of the guild.
Wow. Yeah, Noah's was much more specific than mine.
And everybody's like, Zook!
And meanwhile, there's this guy who I guess like was intended to be the actual contact. He's like almost no importance in the plot now.
Aww. Poor guy.
Except I'm pretty sure he took all my money. I haven't confirmed or noticed yet, but I'm pretty sure that happened.
Wait, you got robbed?
I think so, because there was this dirty beggar who like bumped into me on the road, and I failed a perception check, and yeah,
yes,
I'm pretty sure
that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, haven't confirmed it yet, but like 99% sure that happened.
I have seen some episodes of Leverage.
Typing video games? What? Peanut? Hi, Peanut.
No, you didn't.
No,
Yes, we
you
can.
didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you
You're
didn't.
incorrect.
You're lying, Brick Road.
Should we say something when Brick gets back, or?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Seven Toes is asking
Don't worry,
us to
I'll say something.
to give
I'll
the
say
chat
something.
a banana, but we don't pay
I
attention to
assumed
chat
as
during
much.
game.
I have something to say.
Well, I could give Dad a banana. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I feel pretty good about my banana.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about mine. I'm a little bummed that they both devolved on Zook at the same time, but eh.
Giant squid, where's your sense of adventure?
What is she asking?
You know, Brickroad might have muted his mic to the OBS, but not to us. I wonder if the chat can hear us talking about this and no idea what the hell Brickroad's talking about because they can't hear him.
Well, he might have muted the entire mumble.
No, I think,
No, I don't think he does that though, because we've talked to the chat during breaks.
No, yeah, no, his mumble isn't deafened or muted.
no, we might have turned off that audio source in OBS or something.
Yeah. Okay, so they can hear us, but they can't hear Brick. Okay.
So they're talking about buying some porn.
Sounds legit.
Gonna buy porn?
Hey, it's not porn, it's a marital aid.
You mean a vibrator?
Hey
No,
man, whatever helps you not sleep at night.
Whose idea was it to name your token Mega Butt Nerdle?
Some dork.
Yes. Actually, that was me. I did that.
We all
Well
know,
done.
McDohl. We all
Well
know.
done.
I love that I was told to go find the guild's man in this town. without a name, and now there's 3 fucking members of the guild in this town.
Wings. Wait, not boneless wings. Wow, that's why.
They're doing wings.
Yeah,
tonight,
I
it
want
sounds
buffalo.
like.
No, not boneless though. Those are
No,
fairly
boneless wings are fine. Don't worry about it.
They're not boneless wings. They're fucking nuggets.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. I've
I mean,
already
I'm
had
not-
this discussion this week.
Yeah,
No, what does it say about your life that you've had this discussion twice in 1 week?
Fucking can.
Bergrod's gonna come back to watching bananas flying everywhere.
That sounds like a Kayan discussion.
Let's just fly bananas everywhere.
Didn't you assholes already spend your bananas? Hey, that's my banana. Put my black banana away.
I like your big black banana, McClain.
I tried to make it blue and it came out black.
I'm sure. You guys need to. You guys need to stop touching bananas.
I can't wait till Bergrod 10 seconds sees this.
So my real fear would be Brick actually like reading out his credit card number. We should probably make sure he doesn't do that if he's like on the phone.
Well,
Well,
he can hear him. They can. We can.
I
hear
thought
him, though.
somebody said they could hear Brick.
No, they said they can't hear Brick.
Okay.
Brick is not muted his mic.
So next time the session will actually be Brick's credit card number.
That's what it is.
Banana storm.
Is that my phone or one of you losers? Nah, you losers.
I'm beeped.
Ring, 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 ring.
Banana phone. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. Banana phone.
I hate you guys so much.
Acres and bunches.
I've got my hunches.
I can't believe I'm not bored of this yet.
No, right?
Yes.
Oh, new challenger.
Ah, the store.
No, damn it. My banana. That's actually McClain's banana.
I am the banana god now.
What the fuck?
That's okay, I stole it. I stole Nodal's mini, so that's good.
I am so glad that you can't touch my, that you can't knock over my pizza anymore. I'm going to use my banana to take away all the bananas.
It seems like we've descended into banana wars now. So I guess the boredom has set in.
Hey, no, we were really interested. By the way, did you know you're really bad at muting microphones?
Really?
Yeah.
The chat couldn't hear you, but we could. So we just kept talking about what.
Oh no, yeah, I muted OBS, but yeah, you're in Mumble, you can hear me. No, absolutely. No, I didn't mute it in 2 places. I don't care if you guys hear me. All I did was order pizza. It's not like whatever.
We were thinking you're gonna
Share some of those
order
wings,
pizza.
man.
We were thinking you're gonna order pizza, and then the next password would be your credit card number.
Okay. So yeah.
This is really funny because you're like, yeah, it's muted. They can't hear me, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, we were laughing
You're
our
wrong.
asses off.
No, I don't care if you guys hear her. It doesn't matter. But she doesn't like it when the stream can hear her. She gets she gets shy.
Hi, Peanut.
Hello, Peanut.
She's in the other room now. She's waiting on pizza to get here. Okay. We ordered Hungry Howie's. We ordered salad and chicken, and we're good now.
Hungry Howie's is like the best bad pizza.
So it's the only pizza place in town I like to order from. It's the only like chain. We don't have any like small like pizzerias that deliver.
Oh, okay.
So it's all chain stuff, and Hungry Howie's the only chain pizza that I like. They make good calzones. Did everybody give thought to their evening action? Now that this new information has come to town, the town is abuzz with news that the king has been assassinated.
We were all sort of obsessed on the banana war, so.
I see that.
Or the banana storm.
Yeah, I figured out what I was gonna do.
I mean, I already had plans, so I'm not really going to deviate from them. I'm not going to leave a half orc.
Khalil,
Tarin, do you come back to the inn for dinner?
That was basically the idea, yeah.
Why would Khalil care about some monarch who lives, you know, thousands and hundreds or whatever the hell, however far away from his place?
4 weeks, right? Or 2 weeks?
It was
Some shit like that.
just shy of 4 weeks of travel.
Eldove asked for some hold space for some
Why would
trading goods.
Khalil care? Because his ideal is the laws of the land are paramount.
That is true, yeah. You're right.
What, murdering a king is against the law over here?
Very much so.
Imagine that.
Alright, so who's with Tarin right now?
Well, so my plan
where-
was to go back for dinner and then spot Tarin and then go like flag down what's his nut.
Tarin's plan was actually to send Evander back to the ship and tell him to ask if either Lady Irongloves or Benipe would like to join
Oh,
us for dinner.
I'm sorry. That should have mentioned early in the session. Iron Glove got off the ship
Oh, okay.
Oh, she did?
at the Isles of Brax because her job in Romneus was not done. She thanked you for your time. She disembarked. She was going to charter a ship from there after resting and recuperating, regathering her resources. She was going to go back and see what she could do to finish her job.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Well,
Sounds good.
Tarin would have said that if she ever needs any help, don't hesitate to try and contact him.
And she obviously is glad to have that information. But yes, Iron Glove disembarked. I thought I mentioned
Okay.
that, but I'm
No,
bad.
you had not.
Then I'd
Thank
have
you very
just
much.
Benipe and probably Balin, actually. I'd say that they should join. I'd send Evander back and say if they wanted, they can join us in the tavern for dinner.
About Bone Eater.
Yeah.
What about
Hesper's-
Philia?
Nobody likes Hespu. Apparently.
Tarin already forgot that Philly exists.
Yeah.
He's been away from the
girlfriend.
ship for most of the day.
Well, let's simplify this. Who do you want to be with you on your evening action? Like, you're the captain.
Yeah, no, I already said it. I mean, those are the
If-
people I was gonna order.
Like all of them?
Or not order. No, no.
You
just
will
the-
have dinner with me.
basically the officers.
I mean, if you're not ordering them and if they don't have tasks on the ship, then they don't want to come hang out with you. They hang out with you all the time at sea.
Okay, that's fine then.
So,
Think of your ass.
Evander stays on the ship, continuing his work. Ryler never leaves the ship. Fila does
Right.
not leave the ship unless you ask her to.
Okay.
So we're gonna deal with Tarin first. Who all's with Tarin right now?
Where is
I'm
he?
asking Tarin for hold on the ship.
Where is Tarin?
Well,
He's
I
at
went
the-
to the inn because I'm assuming that's where all you guys will eat dinner.
Okay, yeah. That's
I basically
that's
just
right.
wanted to get the entire group together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Is
went
Fred
back to-
there?
Fred is not there. They sold tickets to the tonight's play up at the theater. And that's where Fred is. I don't see Tarin's piece over here. Where's Tarin's piece?
Oh, sorry, I haven't moved.
Way over here. Okay. So, man, yeah, you guys are at the inn. Same group of people are there. Us was there last night with the addition of a man you did not see last night. Let me pull him up and describe him to you, as you may or may not enjoy conversing with this person. I have like 3 paragraphs about the octopus layer. That'll be fun. Yeah, there's a man who has set up a game table in the center of the inn. A short man, skinny, wears mustache and a trim beard, as is the style in Garrett, apparently.
Bong.
His fingers are covered in rings. It looks like he wears a ring on each finger, and he's got a card game set up in the middle of the table. He's taking on all comers, and he was not here last night.
Eldove sits down.
Okay. The 2 men that Zook spoke to last night are back at their table. Captain Basmar is back at his table with his loud and boisterous personality.
I'll go sit with the captain.
Okay.
I tell Tarin that I have some business with him if he has a moment.
Okay, let's take care of that first.
I'll ask over the mind link if it's something that you need to talk about in private.
No, but I need him to step outside with me because it's with a gentleman who's not welcome in the inn, apparently.
And Tarin, as you use the mind link, the first time you've used it in a little while, it seems. First time this session that I noticed, at least. The telepathy works just like it always does, but this time when you send the message out, you feel a sharp pain behind one of your eyes. And it's only for a split second, but it feels like a pinprick back there. It feels like like a sharp, like ice cream headache that lasts for a split second.
Interesting. Maybe that's my new mind link powers that come in next level coming in. Sure, I'll escort Zook out of the inn for a moment.
Okay, you go out of the inn, and Block is hanging
I'm-
out there, smoking his pipe.
I joined them because I'm concerned about Block's well-being.
Okay, and yeah, I mean, people, they cross the other side of the street from where Block is standing, but he does not seem to be in any distress. And the three of you come out, and there he is.
And I introduce Block to Captain Tarin, and I tell Captain Tarin that this gentleman has need of a ship, and I told him we may be interested, and you were the person to talk to.
What is Tarin's outlook on orcs?
He's actually pretty indifferent to them.
Okay. So is it safe to say, like, his family holdings are not in danger of orcs? This is not something they dealt with?
Not any more so than any other politically ambitious groups.
Okay.
Like, no, not like orc tribes. Those are somewhat, I think, below the,
Well, yeah. But, so he doesn't have any, just like Tieflings then, he doesn't have any particular leaning one way or the other.
I'm thinking orcs in Tarin's world are a lot like orcs in Eberron. They're older and shamanistic, not necessarily evil.
Orcs and Trennis?
No, in Tarin's homeworld.
Oh, in Tarin's homeworld. Okay, got you. No, because orcs and Trennis are absolutely evil.
Yeah.
You will never meet a nice orc here. These are Tolkien orcs, man. Alright, but yeah, this half-orc is standing here, and he looks more orcish to you than a lot of half-orcs that you've met. He's got a lot more of that in him, but seems relatively calm and composed, and he's dressed like a ranger, and he's got a bow on his back and his short swords.
Tarin will greet him cordially and ask what he wants.
So I'd like to charter one of your longboats. A couple of men, if I could. Take it up to the north end of the lake, where a giant octopus dwells. We will hunt this beast, and I will take what I need from it, and for this, you will be paid 5 gold pieces.
I mean, on one hand, I like your sense of adventure. On the other hand, I don't know that 5 gold pieces is enough to put some of my men in danger.
Duke chimes in that he would be volunteering his service because this man is a fellow member of his.
Not something you would advertise openly to people who are
no.
not guild members.
That's what I'm thinking, and that's why I kind of trailed off of that. So I say, Zook just says he's volunteering for this this mission, mostly to explore this area.
Is the squid a danger to the people here at all?
Block shakes his head. Says, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be hindering any of the farmers at all. But I'm not sure how difficult it will be to find.
I mean, honestly, right now, I don't have anything better going on in this town. I was thinking of maybe seeing if there's anything more interesting, but I'm not opposed to it. I'll look over at, hey, look, you also want to come?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Alright, I mean, I can ask some of my more competent crew members if any of them would also be interested in coming along. If you're friends of Zook, keep your gold. I'm in it for the adventure.
Block nods. It's very generous of you. Says, for the time being, I've been turned away from the inn here in the town. I could use lodging.
You know what? Once I'm done here, why don't you come back to my ship? I can set you up in one of the bunks.
He says, again,
all my sailors are off. All of my sailors are off, so hopefully none of them will give you a hard time.
It's again, very generous of you. I'd be in your debt. And he looks at you, Zook. He says, in your debt as well, my little friend. And Zook, you take that to mean that Block will owe you a favor inside of the guild for helping him with this.
I absolutely know that's what that means, so I just kind of give him a nod, a smile and a nod.
Do you give him the finger guns? Do you give him a...
No.
Because guns don't exist yet.
Right.
Yeah. After we invent guns, then I will give him finger guns.
Okay. So what is Tarin doing for the rest of the night? Taking Block back to the ship, getting him set up?
I wanted to actually have a meeting with all the player character types over dinner, but...
Okay. I mean, you could let's go ahead and get that out of the way because it looks like they're all going to split their separate ways to talk to different people here in the tavern.
Yeah.
And I tell Block, I'll catch up with him later. We're going to have a meeting. It sounds like he's going to walk back with Tarin later, so I'll go inside for now.
Okay.
Inside
Here you go.
we go.
PC meeting. I mean, PC's minus Fred. He's getting drunk
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, I just wanted to know if anybody had found any interesting adventure yet in town. I was thinking of perhaps going up to the keep tomorrow morning, presenting our services to the Lord, see if there's anything worth doing.
Orphan nods. I'll follow you there.
Lady,
Well,
actually, Tarin.
Okay.
Just being in town for a couple days, you would know the name.
Okay.
Lady Arness is the Lady Mayor of Garreton. And her right-hand man, a priest of Osbrim, who is her advisor, his name is Tellish. They're in charge of running things here in Garreton.
It would be polite to pay respects to the local noble. I'll come with you as well.
Okay.
Captain, do you want to bring up our adventure we just signed up for?
Oh yeah. Also, apparently, we're gonna go hunt some giant squids up in the northern edge of the lake. If anyone wants to come along.
Octopus, not squid.
I'm
Same
sorry,
thing.
I think I said squid a couple times.
Oh.
How giant are we talking here?
I don't know. I'm excited to find out.
We don't actually know.
Are you real?
How loud are you guys conversing?
I would not be I would not be shouting
That
this
depends.
information.
Not talking
How
loudly.
have
Normal.
the 3 bottles of wine been delivered?
Oh yeah, they were waiting for you at your room.
Then we're all drinking it.
Oh, okay.
You guys are all drinking it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
two.
it's decent wine. It's not
one
the
I
best
saved
you ever
for,
had. Okay, so what is the meeting then?
That was it. That was the whole
it?
meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's the decision then? Is everybody gonna get into longboats and go after an octopus tomorrow?
Probably the
Well-
day after tomorrow, but
Okay.
Yeah. What's So are we doing what are we doing first tomorrow? When are we meeting with the lady?
I mean, the only thing is, I haven't asked yet, but the only thing is I do have to meet with the alchemist during the day tomorrow, and then maybe we just head up the river and we'll meet with the lady the day after.
Your appointment with the alchemist tomorrow afternoon. That'll be afternoon action tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So Tarin takes Block back to the ship.
Yep.
Zook goes
Do I have
where?
time for another night action? Or
I
is
would go
that
back to the
pretty much
ship
it?
with Tarin and Block.
Okay. What does Zook want to do?
Duke wanted to go swing by and see if his beggar friend is about.
Okay. What time do you have to leave tonight from the table? It's 8 o'clock now.
Soon.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that gonna take me down a path that's gonna keep me for a couple hours? Is that what you're implying?
Probably not a couple hours, but it's a scene we'd want to get through before you leave if you're going to go do that tonight.
Why don't?
What is happening?
Oh,
My
Jesus.
die went spazzy. Hey,
let's roll for it.
Roll for it.
Yeah, straight roll. All right, we'll do it.
Okay, so go ahead and put yourself over there. Eldove, you were going to sit down with the gambler.
That's right.
Orphan, you were going to sit down with the captain.
Yep.
And Arik, you were going to sit there with your dick in your hands.
No, I was not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
His holy staff.
I was gonna
please.
go with Tarin and Block.
Okay, so go ahead and move yourself back to the ship then.
Rightio.
Zook,
Yeah.
this building has a door, but it's been knocked off its frame. You just kind of shoulder in past it, and you see the beggar man. No furnishings in this building. The windows don't have any coverings to them. You can see one part where the roof has started to collapse in. It's curled up in one corner, sleeping, facing away from you. And as soon as you enter, like you're watching his breathing, and as soon as you enter, you see it stop, and his muscles kind of go rigid. You immediately know that he knows you're there.
I holler out. No need to be alarmed. My name is Zook, and I have a delivery for you.
And he sits up, and in one hand, he's holding a knife. Not like a dagger, I mean like cutlery. And in another hand, he's holding a stone goblet. He says, yes, let's get this over with. And he turns around, and old disheveled beggar man, like I described earlier to Orphan. Oh, by the way, Orphan, you have no money. He took all of it.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Okay. I looked on your sheet. You only had like 2 silver. Anyway, I'm like, fuck it. He took it all. And...
No, I had on my personal inventory. I had 100 gold.
Oh, did you?
So
I thought you gave that to the Giants last week.
No. I accounted for that, and then I took another 100 out.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have it now.
So I gave 5 of that to the tailor, and now he has my other 95.
Okay, yeah, so no more gold. So is that why when I looked at your sheet, it was already down to 2 silver? You're like, oh, I don't have any gold left?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. So he looks like a beggar, but when you're alone with him in the room, he doesn't carry himself like that. He stands up straight. He walks across the room in a couple of strides. Sits down in the center of it. Says, sorry there's no table, but one must keep up airs.
I nod, and just to be safe, for formality, I open the cloak, show him the badge, make sure that he knows where I'm coming from.
He acknowledges it. And
I go and sit down across from him, and I say, your name is Priska, correct?
He nods, says, I am. So I've been operating this town most of my life. It's been quiet up until 2-3 years ago.
What happened 2 or 3 years ago?
This town has a reputation. So they say if you want someone killed, go to Garreton. Well,
I believe I've heard this expression already, yes.
There's an Assassin's Guild. A few years ago, they decided to make that saying a reality. They decided since the town has a reputation, they could set up shop here and go unnoticed. And so far, they have. So they're not affiliated with us. But I have reason to believe they're behind the recent slaying of King Grellis.
Do we have an issue with them, or are we staying out of their way for now?
We most certainly do have an issue with them. So the more they've been operating, they've been bringing more and more heat down on us. So we used to have operatives working out of Caer Tyrell. So they've been run out of town or killed. So if we don't stop them, they'll spread north to the True Kingdoms, Dunfoss and further. So they are a threat to the core of our guild. Bad for business all around. Bad for the town in the long run. But King Grellis, I didn't see that coming.
So they are responsible for him, as I suspected.
He nods, says that's my assumption. So I don't know for sure, but who else would I blame? It's like if I didn't do it. He says that idiot rope maker didn't do it. So you have something for me.
Oh yes, before I forget, and I pull out the carefully wrapped and bird skull, or the small skull that I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was a skull of a small bird.
And I present it to him.
It's very fragile and brittle, and you hand it to him, and he places the goblet in front of him, and he places the skull in his hand, and he crushes it, and works it in between his hands, and wipes the dust away, and it falls into the goblet. Then he reaches over and picks up the knife, holds it to the flesh of his left hand, and slashes. Squeezes his fist together, drops some blood into the dust, and he pushes the goblet forward, hands you the knife, and says, okay, now you.
I look at him, not like I'm unwilling, but I do ask, and what is this going to do?
So this is you proving your fealty to the guild, to do what needs to be done, to see these assassins brought down. This is no doubt your guildmaster told you about the mission, yes?
In a manner of speaking. He told me to come see you. He left the rest up to me to discover.
Says, well, how about it?
Zook sort of sighs, looks at the knife, looks at his hand, and says, oh, what the hell, in for a penny, in for a pound.
When in Kiska.
Yeah. And he cuts his hand and drips the blood into the cup.
And he reaches over and he grabs a bottle filled with some kind of liquor, pours it in the goblet, picks it up, sloshes it around, and he drinks half of it, slides it back over to you.
Zuka, takes a deep breath, tries to hold it, and then drinks it down.
Drink it down.
I have hepatitis.
Yeah, now you can take one level of beggar. And the liquor goes down your throat, and it feels warm going down, and you feel compelled. As you drink it, you feel bound to this quest that you've been given.
Of course
this
I do.
Is something of great importance to the guild, more so than this ridiculous story about platinum bars, and more so than hunting down Octopus Inc. Or you've talked to like 9 other guild members since you've been here. Cause there's
Banana.
And there's an understanding that this is something that's expected of you. This is something that like you will not be in this man's debt if you help him bring down these assassins in Garriton. This is something that's done for the good of your organization.
This is my job.
And give me just 1 second.
Okay.
Zook,
More
you keep
bananas.
doing these jobs for this guild. Are you even getting paid?
Not
Well,
in money, really, but
In horrible, traumatizing events?
well, I'm currently owed 2 nebulous favors, so
I'll be right back, everybody.
we'll see where those go.
Now, he reaches over and grabs a leather bag.